Great song. Thank you, Greg. Veep J.D. Vance smacking George Stephanopoulos down for asking about bribery allegations surrounding border czar Tom Homan instead of the government shutdown. Watch.
What was caught on the tape, you're saying right now you don't know whether or not he kept that money.
I don't know what tape you're referring to, George. Here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan. Right now, we're trying to figure out how to pay our troops because Chuck Schumer has shut down the government. You are focused on a bogus story. The American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No, George, I said that I don't.
Up next, we'll be right back.
Shut him down. That got awkward. So, Dana, you and George Stephanopoulos share a very similar career trajectory. You both started in the White House. You came into the public sphere as communications people, talking on behalf of the various presidents that you represented. And now you're both superstars. However,
I don't know. I think he would say that he was much more of a bigger star than me.
He's shorter than you.
What did he do? What did he do wrong there?
Well,
it's very funny.
I would say everyone gets a choice on what you want to ask about, and the person you're interviewing gets a choice on how they want to answer. And J.D. Vance is a very skilled communicator, and he can take any topic and turn it around. And I think one of his main points is that you expect people in the country to be worried about Tom Homan in September 2024 and the FBI tape, and that they've already addressed it. Maybe not to George Stephanopoulos' satisfaction, okay. But if that's what you choose to answer or to ask about, then J.D. Vance has every right to say, wait, you don't want to talk about the fact that our troops might not get paid because we can't get the government to work together on this? And George knows how the whole system works. But again, everybody gets a choice, and that's just the one that George Stephanopoulos made on that day.
All right, so Jesse, when J.D. Vance says your first name over and over again, are you in trouble?
Probably, but I always think I'm in trouble.
Me too.
There's no evidence that Homan ever took any bribes, but there's a mountain of evidence that the Biden family did. And Stephanopoulos never asked the president about it, never asked Hunter about it, his brothers, never was curious at all. And these are the new rules, by the way. Republicans shouldn't condemn anything a Republican does at this point. After the Democrats are backing a guy that says he wants to put 2 bullets in Republicans' head, they circled the wagons around that guy. I think you can circle the wagon around Tom Homan, because it looks like what the Biden DOJ was doing was going around throwing bags of cash at incoming Trump administration officials. Those look like dirty political setups and stings. Now, I assume he didn't take the cash and not report it to the IRS. I surely hope that's not what happened, but I don't trust the DOJ to not be dirty under Joe Biden, but you can tell that that's what they're doing. They're going to hammer this sting hard next time they take power.
Who won the exchange, Harold?
We all lost. We had a story last week with Katie Porter. She was on air and decided she didn't like the questions that a CBS reporter was asking her in Los Angeles. I said that was the wrong thing for her to do. I think it's wrong. When I was in politics, I always wanted to have control over what was asking me. Sometimes things were asking me that I didn't like, that I wish were not. But when you're in public life, that's part of the responsibility. Now, to your point, I still don't know what happened with the Homan money, if he got it, if he paid taxes on it. But I don't happen to, that doesn't bother me at all. What I'm bothered by is when politicians believe they can tell reporters what they're going to answer and what they're not going to answer. Katie Porter was wrong, and Vice President Vance, who's a friend, he was wrong in that interview.
But Katie Porter walked out of the interview.
She tried. She couldn't get her microphone off.
It was, to me, the same thing. When you don't answer the question. She was terrible. I don't disagree, but I didn't think the Vice President was great there either.
Greg, quid pro quo, Clarice.
I would say that you can't compare the Porter and Vance one because of the political affiliations.
What do you mean by
that? Vance is Republican, and it's different because the media always circled their wagons around Democrats. But Republicans never get that. So they circle their wagons around Biden when he was in a coma. They're doing it with everybody else. So it's exhausted all their credibility. And that's kind of why, like, when you see Vance do that, he's kind of doing it not just for Vance. He's doing it for all of us in a way. It's like, you, Harold, and I, and everybody here knows what it's like to be the target of the media and how unfair it can be. Many Americans didn't know that until they voted for Trump, until like tens of millions of Trump supporters were smeared every day by in their local news and their national news. They knew what it's like to be framed unfairly and dishonestly. So now there's no reason. I know you probably disagree. There's no reason to show any respect to Stephanopoulos because he didn't show us any respect. And I think that's why it doesn't really matter. It's like we kind of enjoy watching Vance beat up on him, even though it's child abuse.
But it was wrong for that reporter to treat that reporter in California. And it was, I just differ. I love you to death, but I differ on that.
Ooh, you love me to death?
All right, it's getting interesting. All right, coming up, would you ever let a brand sponsor your wedding?
It's getting interesting.
Break it better than the sofa. I wanna pull you close, everybody.
It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole.